Hey everyone, Dana here, an American living in Germany. Today, back with video number 3 of my 3 Q&A videos answering your questions about my life abroad and my life here in Germany. You'll find the first 2 Q&A videos linked down in the description box below, so be sure to go ahead and check those out as well. But now, let's get into it. What question or questions do you feel most obliged to answer or respond to on behalf of all Americans? This is such a great question. One question that I've often gotten asked a lot here in Germany is why American houses are made of wood, something that I had never even begun to consider until I started getting those questions. I also get a lot of questions about small talk and the "Hi, how are you?" in the US, and that's actually why I started the Ask an American series, to answer exactly those kinds of questions that I get. I have already done videos on all 3 of those topics that I just mentioned: wood houses, small talk, and the "Hi, how are you?" So I will put links down below to those videos, as well as the whole Ask an American series. How did you make the decision to move to Europe? It seems like it would be pretty difficult to just up and move. Did you have any prerequisites or anything? That's a good question. I don't think that I had any prerequisites, so to say, just that I really wanted to move abroad, and something inside of me, I know it sounds really cheesy to say, but something inside of me, I just had this push or this pull to move to Europe. I found myself searching online all the time for how to move to Europe, how I could do it. And yeah, I just really knew that I wanted to make it happen for some reason. So I don't know if that's a prerequisite, that I just had this really strong pull to make it happen, to move to Europe. I knew that there were going to be hard days. Okay, perhaps I didn't realize just how hard some of those days were going to be, which, looking back on it, is probably a good thing that I didn't know that. But yeah, I knew it would be hard sometimes. But for me, I just felt inside like those struggles would be worth it in order for me to be able to live here. And how I made the decision to move to Europe, I know this sounds like it would be a really big, really hard decision to make, this huge life-changing decision. And I can often be quite an indecisive person, like, oh, which restaurant should I eat at? What should I wear today? I don't know. But my decision to move to Europe, on the other hand, just kind of presented itself to me as, okay, Donna, this is what you're going to do next. Is there anything you're still to this day struggling with living in Germany? I would say the direct questions and direct statements here in Germany are still something that I struggle with living here. Yeah, that, and as a freelancer, it can be kind of complicated in Germany. When I worked full-time at a company, it wasn't really so complicated here in Germany. But now, as a freelancer, there are just so many forms to file, and I'm just really grateful to have Mr. German Man to help me figure it all out. I really don't know how I would do it without him behind the scenes helping me with the German paperwork, and lots of other stuff, of course, too, but also the paperwork. What do you miss the most about the culture in America? I know that I've said this lots of times before. I do miss the small talk. Yeah, I do. I really miss the small talk, and also the customer service in the US. What's the weirdest thing you've seen in Germany? When we went on our road trip around Germany last summer, along the roadside, I saw a plastic statue thing of a hot dog wearing the American flag as a cape. Yeah. I would say that was a pretty weird thing to see. Do you like Schwarzbrot? No, I'm sorry. I actually hate Schwarzbrot. I'm sorry, Germany. I know that you love your Schwarzbrot, but for me, it's just, no, I don't. But hey, good news. More for you then. What's the most difficult thing you have to deal with in Germany that you don't have to deal with in America? Okay, so I know that the world is getting more global and interconnected, but I've still found that in many circumstances, especially bureaucratically speaking, the world still doesn't really seem to know what to do with or isn't prepared to work with people who are from one country, still have the passport of that country, but live permanently in another country and don't even have a residence or an address or anything in the country where they grew up. Like me, I found this to be the case with many forms or websites too. For example, sometimes there's no option to put, yes, I'm an American, but my address is outside of the United States, my only address. I would love to hear from other people who are living abroad or who have lived abroad and dealt with this. What has your experience with this been? What do you miss about America the most? So besides the cultural stuff that I already mentioned, I know that it might seem like just an easy answer, but of course, yeah, I miss my friends and family the most. Every time that there's a special birthday or some kind of wedding thing that I miss, I'm reminded what I gave up to live abroad. And I don't regret that decision at all, definitely not. But it's still like this little pang of sadness, that I miss out on those things. Oh, that's it. That was my last question. So my question for you is, what are the food or cultural things that you miss most when you leave your home country to travel? And what questions have you gotten about the place where you're from? Please let me know in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. And also a big thank you so much to our patrons on Patreon who help make these videos possible. Thank you so much for your support. If you would like to check out our Patreon page, you can find a link to that down in the description box below. Until next time, auf Wiedersehen. When we went on our road trip around Germany last summer, I saw something. Oh yeah, the hot dog. Small talk and the how are you? You can find the first two Q&A videos. Let's get the questions. Today's a finally sunny day. Today finally is a sunny day. We are recording.